What is going on, fellow outlaws? Outlaw Gary here, and in today's video we're talking about Red Dead Online and the potential of properties to come soon. Now, of course, if you guys have been watching my channel for a while, we've discussed properties in a pretty deep manner into what is to come for Red Dead Online. As you guys know, GTA 5 Online has properties. You can buy houses, camps, like you can really do a lot in Red Dead Online that we're assuming. Now, there has been some leaks in the past in the code for Red Dead Online that showcases this. Now, as you guys can see, it shows properties and different properties you'll be able to buy, and all of them are just placeholders with different property numbers and price tags. $1,000 for a property I don't think is too expensive, and honestly, if Rockstar came out with the first property to buy and is like, hey, it's gonna cost $1,000, I wouldn't be against it. Now, this article is about 3 months old, and it was first recovered in Red Dead Online from some leakers that looked into the code and found some properties that might be purchasable, but we have not been able to find any properties we can purchase except a few. Now, if you go back to the story mode and really look at what the story mode has allowed us to do, there is some parts, especially when playing as John, that you are able to purchase a property, and that property is purchased directly from a bank. And you guys can see from the gameplay provided that I'm playing as John and I'm purchasing a property from the bank. Now, what's great about this is the fact that it allows you to see what the potential is for Red Dead Online. Now, imagine you go into your catalog or even go into a bank, speak to the bank teller and let them know you want to purchase a property. The bank teller then looks into your financial records and says, hey, you only have $500. You can't purchase a house, but you can purchase this brand new piece of land that allows you to put your camp here permanently, and you can possibly one day build a house on it. Now, I think a lot of things all the Red Dead Online community wants to see are things that develop over time, whether it's a ranch, a farmland, a house, like a structure that you own. Any of these are serious potentials for what the framework of Red Dead Redemption 2 story already has in place. Now, what I really like about the potential is the fact that anything's possible when it comes to Rockstar Games. They can really make Red Dead Online the experience we're all looking for, especially looking at their prior games like GTA 5 Online, seeing what they've done with that game and how long it's lasted them to this point. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go in game and we're gonna check out one of the properties that may be available one day to us to purchase in Red Dead Online. Of course, this is just us assuming that it's gonna be purchasable and something that we can find because it's one of the few properties in Red Dead Redemption 2 that is for sale. So let's check it out. Officer, listen, we can talk about this. Sir, listen, it was a mistake. Okay. Big mistake. Yeah, it was an accident. All right, thank you. Sorry, won't happen again. I'm out of here. I'm running. I bet I don't run fast enough and I'm gonna get the cops called on me. Watch. Oh, we're good. We're out of there. Now, as you guys know, in Red Dead Redemption 2, there are countless houses and properties that you can visit that are not available in Red Dead Online. There is one house in particular that you can visit that is not in Red Dead Online, but is in Red Dead Redemption 2, and it's this property right here called Ridgeview. Now, looking at this house just from the distance, you can tell this place is super out of place. This house just does not fit other houses in the surrounding area, and as you guys can see, there's a massive for sale sign and also a very massive house. Now, this is a very large property that does not fit the general theme of Red Dead Redemption 2. There are no other houses in the game that look like this. It's really weird. But the problem is this house is only available after you get into the epilogue and play as John, apparently. Now, what's also interesting is that you can go inside of this home. But before we go inside, I want to make sure that it is perfectly daylight outside so you guys can see the exact thing, like everything we're working with. So I'm going to quickly make it daytime before we go any further. Now, another weird abnormality about this house is that it's one of the few houses on the map, if not one of the only ones, that does not have a road that goes to the house. What do I mean? There's a lot of houses on the map that are like this, similar to this one. It's just a little square, but all the houses have like trails that lead to them, as you guys can see. This is one of the few ones that does not. And it's such a weird thing. I don't know why such a large house that is apparently for sale does not have like a dotted road right here, like a little dirt path showcased on the map. But regardless, this is a beautiful house, and I really do believe this might be one of the purchasable houses in Red Dead Online. Now, I don't know if it's a mistake that this is here, but as you guys can see, like, there's nothing in here. It's really like, it's a super nice house with, of course, different interiors and different rooms. And I believe what's great about this house is that it will be customizable. I think if Rockstar gave us the ability to purchase homes and pretty much have like a home simulator where we take the hard-earned money we've made in Red Dead Online and create beautiful homes like this one, changing the colors and really designing it how we want it, I think the game will be very, very different. I think the way that we'll play Red Dead Online will be different. I think having homes like this or large camps will definitely be different. And overall, this is just a really cool look at what may be to come in the near future of Red Dead Online. Like, just looking at this place, you can see it's freaking beautiful. Like, let me know in the comment section, would you guys want to own a house like this in real life? I know I would. It's super simple, it's clean, gets the job done, and look at this. Even a little outhouse that we can't go in. Of course, the game doesn't want us to poop. They just don't want us to win. Now, one very weird thing about this is that in online, and I can show you guys really quickly, if you go online to try to see this, it just doesn't exist. So look where we are now. I'm gonna open up the map. We're right here, right outside Emerald Station. And watch this. So we're currently in online, and as you guys can see, we're currently right next to Emerald Station. Right here is where the house Ridgeview is supposed to be. But for some reason in online, there's nothing here. There is like no fence, no for sale sign, nothing. It just doesn't exist, which really, really is weird. But you can see the imprint of where the house is supposed to be, where this dead grass is. I believe that's where the house is supposed to be. But it's a new house, so I don't know if this house is actually going to exist in Red Dead Online because it looks like it was just recently built. And of course, that's where I have to ask you guys for your help. What do you guys think? Do you think that this house is actually coming to Red Dead Online? Or do you think this is all just a coincidence that this house is for sale and has a for sale sign and is not in Red Dead Online? I feel like the fact that it's not in Red Dead Online makes me believe like, okay, maybe they're going to introduce it into the map later on as like a big DLC, and they're going to have like this house and other houses you can buy, and everybody would go to the same house to go inside, and then you'll be like sessioned, and like you'll be in your own little house in your own little session, and if you leave the house, then you'll be back into the regular lobby, similar to how it is in online where you have to load into it. I guess the big problem with loading screens in Red Dead Online is that there isn't any. You guys notice to travel from Blackwater to Saint Denis or from Emerald Ranch all the way to New Austin, and you go by horse, you don't have to do any loading screens. This is all one map if you were to just be on your horse. But of course, if you fast travel, there are loading screens. So that's where I believe if this were to work properly, how this would work is simply by you loading into like a stranger mission. It starts you into your little house, and that's it. It wouldn't work like a camp. I don't think it could, because then they wouldn't allow other people to own that same house on that same plot of land. So a little confusing, but let me know in the comment section what you think. I think the fact that that house is only there for John is a little weird. I know that there was a lot of time that passed between Arthur's story and John's story, so maybe a lot of houses and new developments were built, which makes sense. But if that's the case, that means it won't be in Red Dead Online, because Red Dead Online takes place before Arthur's story. So it's all super confusing. It's all up in the air for grabs. But let me know, what do you guys think in the comment section? Of course, my name is Gary, but known as Outlaw Gary. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.